Hey there, everybody. Welcome into this edition of Extra Time here on ESPNFC. Glad to be with you. I'm Sebastian Salazar. We got Jan Agafjortov. We got Shaka Hislop. And as always, we have your questions off of Twitter. Gentlemen, thank you for the time. Good to be with you. Pearson asked the first question. Oh, man. Already we're going to get off to a rough start here. Which was the better side, Jan's Norway team or Shaka's Trinidad and Tobago team? Did you ever get to face each other internationally or at club level? Jan, you're the newest part of our show, so I'll give you the honor to go first.
Shaka, we have played each other, have we? Or I'm much younger than you.
Not at international level. Not at international level, I don't think, Jan.
No, we don't. No, I think that Trinidad Tobago, I think Norway, when we qualified for the World Cup in 1994, was the first time since 1938. So it was a long time. And Trinidad and Tobago did then also had a good generation coming forward. So, but I will always have to go for Norway. And my big brag of my time is that we were second on the FIFA World Ranking. And I'm always saying I'm not bragging about that because Brazil was better than us.
When were you second in the FIFA rankings?
Yeah, you have to call Blatter, my friend.
Also, FIFA rankings.
I've got to check this here, Jan. I do not remember Norway being anything less than 81st.
Sorry, fact will kill any discussion. Kills any discussion.
If you were second, hands up, I'll take that. But Jan's team against the 2006 Trinidad Tobago team, there's only ever one winner, and it wasn't Jan.
There you go. CONCACAF. Well done. Hey, Jan, do you know where you were on Sunday, June 19th, 1994? This is not one of the questions. There's a question for you.
This is in 1994, and the date was, yes, I was on my way home.
June 19th, 1994. That's when Norway played Mexico in the 94 World Cup.
We did.
At RFK Stadium here in Washington, D.C. Right at that stadium right there in my picture.
Exactly, and before at the press conference, I only got one question. What do you think about Jorge Campos? What do you think about Jorge Campos? That was the only question, the goalkeeper. And at 0-0, I had a great volley. And by the way, what a fantastic save he had. But we ended up winning 1-0, and we thought we were off for a good start. But then in the group of death, they sent us home after 3 games.
Oh, what a fun jaunt down memory lane. Good times, good times. Jack, great question. Jack asked, who has the higher ceiling international, I guess either way, international club, Christian Pulisic or Gio Reyna? Jan, I'll give you a first crack at this one too.
Ooh.
Then you have the ceiling. You should go to Shaka first. Ceiling, meaning the highest rating or?
Yeah, who do you think has the biggest potential?
Potential, wow. Well, Pulisic is established. He did ever so well in Dortmund, then he got a big problem with his injury, and then he came back, and then he went to Chelsea. Reyna, wow, what a talent he is. That is one is hard to tell because compared with him, Pulisic is getting old. But I'm very impressed the way Pulisic is also done with the national team, but 2 great players, and I can't be sure who the best. I would say Pulisic is the best at the moment, but the potential here, Reyna can go all the way.
Shaka, who's got the higher ceiling?
I'm going to agree with Jan here. Listen, when you see Reyna play, you understand his potential. He certainly is one for the future. But as we sit right now, despite how things have maybe stalled relatively for Pulisic over the last couple of years, I still see him as the natural leader in that US men's national team. And that's not an easy mantle to sit atop. Yet he's done so very well over the last few years, despite his struggles at club level. As good as we've seen from Reyna, it's a lot to ask of anybody. And Pulisic has done it. So therefore, I'm going to lean Christian Pulisic for the time being at the very least.
Next question comes from one of our Extra Time All-Stars, Dan the Orange Man. Jan, who is the best player that you ever played with?
That is a quite easy one. Although I've played with some good players, I played with Ravanelli when he came to England. after winning the Champions League, and he scored 30 goals for Middlesbrough. But by far the best one I played with was Juninho, the Brazilian, the small Brazilian. There are a lot of Juninhos in the football world, but this is the Harry Potter one. He came to us. He was just amazing. The way he took on people in training, the way he took them on at games, and rightly so, later than winning the World Cup. And he was just an amazing player. I've never seen something like it. I thought that I worked hard and had a couple of skills, and compared with him, it looked like I never played football before.
Another one for you, Jan. This from Benjamin. Julian Nagelsmann is Klopp's perfect successor, isn't he? What do you think? Why are we trying to get rid of Jurgen Klopp already?
Well, he's the successor for a lot of managers. But as you rightly say, Nagelsmann is one of the greatest prospects. And I've told the story many times with the Hoffenheim sporting director, Alex Rosén, that I know very well, when he told me many years ago, and he said there is a young kid training in our academy. He will be one of the best coaches in the world. He was like 26 or something, and that was Julian Nagelsmann. And I think that people should look to Germany, because a lot of the great managers of the future are now in the Bundesliga with Rose or Nagelsmann or whoever the names are. If he goes to Liverpool, that is all about timing. But Nagelsmann is a guy. He's a voice of a new generation, and the way he's doing his training, the way he sets up his training session, are second to none. So we will hear about this guy for many, many years. Of course, he's still a kid now, so of course we will hear about it.
Jan, another one for you. What is your favorite memory from when you were playing at Middlesbrough?
Wow.
None.
I think that must be. I was fortunate to come to Middlesbrough at the time when we were leaving Ayresome Park, the old stadium, going into the Riverside Stadium. I made a bus-aldering goal at that new stadium. Craig Hignett scored the first goal. I scored the second goal against Chelsea. It was a fantastic game, and it was a great time to be in Middlesbrough. And Shaka will tell you, at the time when we had Middlesbrough with 30,000, Sunderland with 40, 50, and Newcastle with 50, 60, in more or less the same area. It's a very passionate football area. It's painful to see that Sunderland and Middlesbrough at the moment are not in the top flight, but it was a very exciting time to be at the place, moving into a new stadium. I was the record signing, and 2 years later I wasn't even top 5. So things were going very rapidly at Middlesbrough at that time.
All right, then our final question. Would you like to have won a big, sparkly diamond ring like the NFL Super Bowl winners, or stick with the traditional winner's medals more commonly seen in football? Shaka, what are you taking?
I'm a traditionalist in that regard. I just feel maybe it's more to do with the images I grew up seeing as a football fan. You know, walking the steps to whatever stadium it was, and have fans around you and lifting the trophy, whatever trophy it is, and having that medal put around your neck. That's what I grew up seeing, and that's what I relate with most and best. So for me, that's what I would go with. I mean, the ring is nice, but again, I'm nostalgic for how it was, or in many respects how it still is in football.
Jan, you can't walk around with a medal around your neck. You can walk around with a ring on. Which one would you take?
Well, as a Norwegian being second on the FIFA World Ranking, I was very close to winning the World Cup trophy. So I will go for the World Cup trophy, as Shaka will never with Trinidad Tobago be that close. So I will go with the World Cup trophy.
I'm right in FIFA.
Only extra time could validate FIFA rankings.
I am writing a letter of protest to FIFA about this.
All right, gentlemen, we'll leave it there for today. Thank you very much for your time. Please continue to send in your tweets, #FCExtraTime. We're all back for tomorrow's show. Actually, I'm not. Dan Thomas is back in the hot seat. He'll be running the show tomorrow on Friday. Don't miss it.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.